about 5 years ago, I was in an addiction. And, you know, I was brought up in a great Christian family. My mom and dad are here, but I rebelled, and thank God they continued to pray, and I found Christ and I found freedom. But I always felt like I didn't deserve to mourn over the loss of my daughter. And the Lord did so much healing in my heart. And one morning we were walking, and the first 3 days I was struggling really badly, because the Lord was uprooting a lot of issues I thought that I had dealt with. He was doing some deep work. But one of these mornings I was walking, and the first 25 minutes of every day we would walk in silence. And as we were walking, I actually saw a picture of my little girl. And I always picture her as a baby, but I had lost her 5 years ago. And she was this little girl, and she looked like a tall 5-year-old with long brown hair, similar looking to me. And she was holding my hand. And she said, "I love you, Mommy, and I'm proud of you." And it just brought so much closure to my heart. And it was amazing that the God of grace would do something like that for me. And he's just so good. And I actually named her Grace. My mom always said if she had a fourth girl, she would name her Grace. And I named her Grace after the grace that God gave to me. And you know, right at the end of the walk, Pastor Bill Prankard and Luke were there with us. And it was so amazing to walk into Parliament. And it was like only the second time that it actually rained, and it was like you could just sense the presence of God. And it was all of the, you know, the training, the blood, the sweat, the tears. And that's what I saw. I saw blood, sweat, and tears in the ground, and I saw the blood of the babies go into the ground. But it was like I saw flowers coming up out of the blood and the sweat and the tears. And I saw Fatine and Danielle Strickland, and I remembered all of the prayers that I've been praying for the unborn for a few years now, and all the hard work. I mean, your prayers God hears, you know, and none of them have been prayed in vain. And even though we don't see things in the natural right now, like we're breaking ground and we're shifting things, and I totally believe that we're going to see a tangible change in you know, maybe a couple years from now. So yeah, that was amazing. And Pastor Bill was just welcoming us into the land, and we took the hill, we took Parliament, and we could sense a tangible like shift, like we could feel a difference, and it was amazing.
Wow. Can you feel it? This wasn't just a 2-week event. It's a movement. It's a movement of a voice. And we're going to be tomorrow.